Okay, and hey everybody, and it's taken me a good while here to set the camera up. I'm sorry for the guerrilla style filming of this due to the fact that I have to just set my camera up and basically shoot the TV so I can get me talking. The only problems we're going to have while watching this is sometime at the very top of your screen, by the way, that's Carrie apparently telling everybody that that's awesome. But somewhere above where her head is, sometimes a black bar will appear, and I think it's due to the fact that I'm actually shooting video, and you'll see this on TV when they film computer screens and stuff. So let's go ahead and start this thing up. And like I said, I have no sound, and I'll have to be fast forwarding through certain parts of this and everything of this, but something very funny is going on. A lot of people are giggling. She's laughing too, as you can see. And I do believe it's because they haven't started her music yet. But she plays a very pretty song here. And I'm not going to make everybody sit through it due to the fact that even though it's pretty with no sound, then we can't hear it. So we're just going to put her on very quickly, fast forwarding here. And I actually tried to find information on our senior play. I went online, looked at a couple of sources that I go to, and I found nothing. Apparently it's not that well known. But here's Alicia Parks and Melissa Smith, who played our two sisters, the Wren sisters. And they're giving a short little introduction about what the play is, how long it's going to be, and those theater instructions you used to get back in the day about taking your baby out to the lobby, you know, if it's crying or such and such and so on. But they were excellent, very good people to work with. I enjoyed doing the play a whole lot, and we had a lot of fun. And like I said, I'm going to be sharing this, and keep in mind, like, this is going to be the first video, and then probably have to make two more, maybe a fourth one, just due to the length, because I have to get a certain amount of minutes. I can't go over 15 minutes per video, and 15 minutes is a long time to upload on YouTube. But there's our set. Well, what was mostly a set that they let us build. That furniture that had been around since the 80s. What's funny is over there on the table, right above where the brown chair is, that table in front of the window on your left side of your screen, the radio's playing, and that radio is actually the radio I've had where I got it when I was 12. And the picture there next to it that you'll see Charlie pick up later was originally a picture of Boba Fett, which is hilarious because he kisses it, and every day at rehearsal he had to kiss it. I have no idea where we got that tree. There's some posters I think we jerked out of some comic books or something posted up there. The Agri class actually made that door behind there, the closet door, and the window, and they're fully functional. They can just be taken up. They're just a door with a frame, you know, a flat, and then a flat that's just a window that opens up and closes. And here's Jamie Coker on your right, playing Abby's mom. And then, of course, Ashley Reed playing the female lead. And, of course, we absolutely enjoyed the hell out of dirtying up that apartment. There's a lot of garbage in that room. Pizza boxes and all kinds of stuff. Funny thing that me and Kim were talking about the other night is I can remember the most painful memory about the entire play was I was playing the spy in the closet because somebody couldn't come in, and I fell over the back of the couch when they dropped me, and I actually flipped the couch over and it crushed my right toe, and I was in a whole lot of pain for what seemed like days. It was bad, but this is a very, very good play. Like I said, I wish I could show it to you with the audio, but once again, like for copyright reasons, I'm just protecting myself and protecting everybody else. And if you want the DVDs, of course, like I said, you just got to send in the request form and stuff, and you'll see that the intros and the outros that I've done for it. You'll get some more information there, but we're pretty certain that Ron Huckabee was our cameraman here, and that's because he will giggle at certain jokes, and It just sounds like Ron. For the longest time, I had a problem, and I'll point it out later when it comes to pass, but I had an issue with the, what I figured was the plot holes in this play, but like with most things that have passed in years and stuff like that, and I think back on them, what happened is I've forgotten an entire point of the play was even there, and that will come to play, like I said, later, and I'll point out when we get to the part where this is the part I forgot even was going to happen in the first place. But it's very minimalistic set to put together. I mean, most of all that furniture, like I said, has been around in probably every senior play, and most of the garbage was just stuff that I believe certain people picked up out of their cars, and there's socks there and all this other stuff, and we decorated what we had and everything. We're going to meet Lance Millett's character here in a minute, Sam Adams, who plays the buddy character of Charlie, who's Drew Williams' character. And with Sam Adams, I originally tried out for that part. Like, that was the first part I actually tried out for. I did not go into the the audition, thinking that I was going to get the crazy scientist guy. I actually was very intent on getting Sam's part. But later on, as I kept talking with Kim and Miss Tedder, they decided from the very beginning that they thought that I would be decent at the part, and so I was happy that Lance took over Sam. Sam's a good character, and it's a very flamboyant character. You know, he's in advertising, and he's got a lot of great lines, and it's hilarious to watch him almost beat Drew up later in the play, and he does a really good job, and I enjoyed my part too. So, but we'll exchange here about how Sam's going to move out, and Abby's going to move in, because Abby and Charlie are getting married. Excuse me. Gotta get a drink there. All this talking is drying out my throat. And we're about to see the Wren sisters again for the first time, for the second time, again. Like I said, their parts were great. Everybody enjoyed having them around. They got a lot of good jokes. Most of the jokes in this play are quite dated. At one point, we were trying to improvise certain things, and I remember over and over again trying to get... Well, just a scene where Lance is trying to tell Drew's character to call the girls a cab. And originally, in the script, he was supposed to just pick up the phone and call a cab. And we kept pushing him. I kept trying to get him to say, well, you're a cab, which is the oldest joke I've ever heard. But I thought it would be funny and that people would laugh at it. And we tried, and it never went through. And if you actually watch this version of it, the evening version, then you actually get that joke. They slid that in there. Drew and Lance did. And what's funny is, I'm not sure that Lance ever knew it was coming, but if he didn't, then he makes an excellent, I guess, catch. Like, it's like Drew tosses the ball at him, and he immediately grabs it, throws it back with a new line. I mean, he improvises perfectly. And of course, there's his first sales pitch. He does about, I believe, 3 sales pitches near the entire, through the length of the play. And another song cue. A lot of the songs that they do are actual jingles that were in the play, as I remember. There are a couple of times when they were quoted as needing to sing a song, and nobody in the production knew what the song was. That's why I believe they sing Going to the Chapel and Stop in the Name of Love. Another reason I can't let you hear the audio. A lot of times, if you actually read the original script, there's a lot of stuff that had to be changed in this production. There's a good point later where let's point out what an entire character got changed into an entirely different looking character with a different job. Of course, the Wren sisters songs change. The jingles are all the same. So the one about the biscuits and the one about Mother's home baked beans are pretty much on par for the course. But we did a great job also. If you notice the two in the background there, how they're just chatting it up. Like, obviously they're not speaking about anything, but they keep your eyes busy because the character of Sam is talking. Me and Brandon do it later in the beginning of our scene where we have our backs to everybody, but we look like we're talking, and I'll point that out too, because people ask me when I make them watch this, or I let them watch this. I should say let them, not really make them. Like I tie them up and make them, force them to do it. But when people watch this, people have asked me before what me and Brandon were talking about, and really we weren't talking about anything. But I'll point that out in a minute when it comes up. Her mom still doesn't want her to live here. It's a brand new stage, Jamie. It's going to be okay, trust me. Furniture's old, but it's a brand new stage. The other thing that's quite funny was this was the year that they had the curtains measured wrong. And so whenever the curtains are drawn, if the camera that Ron's using backs out to show the floor where they're standing, you'll see that the curtains actually are about 3 inches off of the stage. And what that does is when the curtains are drawn and the outside lights are on, lighting the curtains, you can see our feet scuffling around underneath there trying to put all the stuff back into place and all that. And it just makes for a really hilarious little thing. Alright, well, we're coming up on the end of this first part, the first closing of the curtains. Sam's making a couple of quotes here and stuff like that, and Abby's about to call Charlie and find out why he still hasn't made it home yet. And let's see, Lance got a really cute line here where he hugs Jamie, and we have a freeze that we tried to do so that when the curtain started going, notice that everybody kind of freezes right there. Sometimes it didn't work. Later on when they're poking the supposed dead body, it doesn't work very well. Alright, well, it's coming up on 13. This has been part 1, and tune in for the second part. I'll be putting that up pretty soon.